The rail conference is strong because of the commitment that the leadership made to make it strong. And with that, Tony, National President, my friend, Tony Cardwell.
All right, brothers and sisters, my name is Tony Cardwell. I serve as the president of the Brotherhood of Maintenance Away Employees Division of the Teamsters Rail Conference. I stand here representing the men and women who build and maintain the railroad infrastructure this country depends on. I want to recognize every Teamster in this great union, across every division, every craft, every corner of this country. You are the ones who go to work, hold the line, and get the job done. It is your work that moves this country and keeps this economy functioning. There are so many ways rail workers benefit from being Teamsters. Teamsters leadership has helped us address many issues on a national scale. A perfect example of that was back in 2022. After nearly 4 years of bargaining, the railroads refused to give railroaders a contract. Teamsters leadership helped secure our release from mediation. Unfortunately, Congress then imposed a contract on BMWED without paid sick leave. Teamsters stood together and fought. After the railroads were publicly shamed, we broke the industry and gained the first national sick leave agreements ever. Other rail unions benefited from the Teamsters fight. 80% of railroaders now have paid sick leave. This does not happen without the might of the world's strongest, fastest, and most powerful labor union. We did not stop there. The fight for sick leave carried right into the next round of national bargaining. The greedy railroad bosses did not want to get dragged through the mud again. This leverage helped us secure national agreements in record time. For the first time in nearly 70 years, BMWED negotiated a national agreement ahead of the moratorium. Under the Railroad Labor Act, carriers manipulated the law to avoid reaching agreements on time. They intentionally stalled bargaining for their benefit. Teamsters were able to break this abusive cycle. That is what the strength of being a Teamster looks like. Something else has been building in this rail labor and within this very international, and I am proud of it. The relationship between the BMWED and the Brotherhood of Locomotive Engineers and Trainmen, through the rail conference has changed the way we fight. Rail labor has a long history of craft divisions, separate priorities, and separate fights. That history has cost us. But right now, we are doing it differently. BMWED and BLET are working closer together than at any point in our history, and we're doing that under the leadership of Sean O'Brien. Shoulder to shoulder, we are fighting for the members who build and maintain the track and the people who operate the trains. Different crafts, same fight, and it has made both organizations much stronger. With the backing of the Teamsters leadership, we have taken the fight beyond the bargaining table and directly to the investors. That kind of reach only exists because we are Teamsters. Right now, Teamsters leadership is standing with us on two major issues, both of which have the potential to negatively impact rail workers and their families. The first of the attempts by Union Pacific and Norfolk Southern to pursue a merger without providing real worker protections. We all know what happens when these corporations start talking about mergers. Jobs disappear, protections get ignored, and working families are left to pay the price. The second issue is automated technology. We know what that usually means. Fewer workers, less accountability, and more risk pushed onto the workers doing the job. These are fights that will shape the future of our craft. Once again, the Teamsters are standing with us. Allow me to speak a little more on these two issues. This mega merger will reshape the rail industry and ripple through the entire United States economy. Teamsters rail workers will not let this happen with genuine guarantees that protect the workers. This fight is ongoing in the streets, in the halls of Congress, and in the state capitals. We have even taken our fight to the doors of Wall Street to let them know union labor will not be left out. I want to go back to the automated technology. Technology does not replace judgment, and it does not replace experience. Railroads are trying to use automated track inspection technology and reduce the number of BMWED track inspectors. If allowed, the railroads are exposing workers, communities, and the environment to serious risks, all to save a dollar. This is not innovation. It is cost-cutting applied to railroad safety. Everything we have talked about here, the fight for sick leave, standing up to exploitation, pushing back on consolidation, drawing the line on safety, none of that happens without this union. It happens because of the strength of every rank and file Teamster carried through every level of this international. It happens because when we walk into a fight as Teamsters, we are backed by something bigger than any one craft, any one railroad, or any one contract. The Teamsters Union has stood behind us, the BMWED, and supported our objectives at the table in Washington and everywhere our fights are taking place. That backing matters. The Teamsters name matters. We are proud to be part of that because that is what it means to be a Teamster. And when we stand together, there is not a greedy corporation in this country that is stronger than this union. Thank you, and God bless this great union.